Hello everyone. I just wanted to make this video to discuss the situation surrounding my criminal charges. I have a Class A misdemeanor, or Class C misdemeanor. Yeah, Class A. For reckless operation, allegedly, of a jet ski. So currently my next court date is September 29th of this year, surprisingly. And this will be I think just the second time that they've rescheduled that I've been to court. So I've made several videos on the situation, but they were all chronologically as things happened. So there was a lot of stuff that was kind of left out of context if you watch just one video. And what I saw was, I have a Facebook page that's managed by another company. They work alongside me, but it's not directly from me. So sometimes things are left out of context. But when these videos were kind of posted out of order, or they didn't see another video, a lot of people were left out of the situation and didn't realize exactly what was going on. So a lot of people are looking at it as like, oh, here's a spoiled brat, or they think I'm like came from money and I'm just spoiled rich kid. The reality is not the case at all. I don't want people to have the wrong, I don't want people to have the wrong chain of events in mind, and I want people to know the truth of what happened, and I'm going to make this video to talk about that. So, I don't remember when this happened, but the day we were out on the lake, we were making a video with the fan boat that we had homemade, which was just this small John boat with a big shop fan plugged into the back on a generator. So we made this fan boat. We're making a video about it, and we take it out on Center Hill Lake in Smithfield, Tennessee. Now, this is my second time ever being on this lake, and I've only lived here 1 year. And my friends bring a boat and some jet skis so that we can have fun afterwards. So we're making this video, and the boat is being towed by a jet ski back to shore, and we're circling around, making some loops, nothing illegal or anything, and the boat kind of capsizes and, needlessly, like to say, gets underwater. So the boat is technically sinking, but we're not too worried because it's staying above water because it's behind the jet ski. So we're pulling this boat in, and as we're pulling the boat in, there's a guy on a pontoon with some friends, an older man, yellow shirt guy, the off-duty police officer that was yelling at us that day. So he sees us coming in, and we're not even at the no-wake zone yet, and he's yelling at us, no wake, no wake. So we slow down. You can see visibly in the video, if you go back and watch it, where we slowed down. And then, of course, the boat is sinking, so we had to speed back up just enough to get that boat back up above water. So we're pulling this boat in. It's kind of underwater, so I would say it was probably making a wake. Now, was that our choice? Not really. Like, we had to just get the boat in. So, were we messing around or goofing off then? No, we're just trying to get our boat in. So hence, when we get to shore and the guy's yelling at us and flipping us off with both fingers, I said, we sink our boat. Like, we're just trying to have a good day. I was like, it's not a big deal. But he stuck with it. So in that video, he claims that he's with the sheriff's department. So obviously this guy is supposedly a police officer, which he found out he was later, or still is. I don't know. So he yells at us. We have an interchange, and it's all recorded. It's on camera. A lot of people think, or had the assumption from some Facebook videos that were, re-uploaded, that we were instigating this guy. So just to be clear, the charges that I'm facing are not from making any wake in a no-wake zone or harassing someone, or nothing was related to that chain of events. So nothing was in the no-wake zone. A lot of older people on Facebook were thinking that we were in the no-wake zone, making waves and goofing off, and they're like, yeah, you deserve it. He thinks he's above the law because he can make waves in a no-wake zone. That's not the case, because that's not what was happening. So we were just getting our boat back. We're not goofing off or anything. It's all on camera. So I think the people that thought that just missed that video. So that has nothing to do with our charges. So we talked to this guy. I was very polite the whole time without backing down. I still stood my ground. And they ended up leaving, and we go back out on the lake. And I forgot to mention the part where he threatened to call the TWRA, which is basically Tennessee's DNR. So we go back out on the lake, and this part is not on camera. That's why this is, a lot of people are thinking that I'm like trying to fabricate a story, or I'm the one that edits the video, so I left a lot out. The truth is, there's nothing to even put on camera. I didn't have that on camera because we were just having fun. So we had a couple jet skis and a boat and a wakeboard. You know, we're just wakeboarding and we're jet skiing out there. Now this is where it gets sketchy, because I don't know what the proper term is, because after about 40 minutes, I think it was like 45 minutes, the TWRA officers pull up. And from where they pulled up, now I'm just going to make this one long video since people are saying I'm trying to cut out and fabricate my story. That's not the case. So you can look at the other videos, or after the court, you can see the map where the TWRA officers were at. But where they were at and where they said they were at, and I verified by seeing where they came from, was over half a mile away. So we're out there, we're playing with jet skis, you know, and I don't know what you classify as reckless operation. And this is exactly what I would say in court. A lot of lawyers will say, you know, don't say anything before your trial. The truth is, I have nothing to hide. This is exactly how it is, and that's how I'm going to put it. So we're out here playing around on the jet skis. You know, we're doing this. Now, the definition of the reckless operation this officer is referring to is carrying speed toward, or a high rate of speed towards another individual and turning at the last second. So basically, it'd be like if you're in a car, like almost T-boning them and then drifting around or whatever. You know, spraying someone with gravel. I don't know. So that's not what we were doing at all. Of course, he sees, you know, he probably sees water going everywhere. And the definition of the crime that we committed, reckless operation, allegedly committed, is turning at the last second and almost hitting someone. That's not at all what happened. You're fully allowed to turn on a jet ski and operate it to the normal capacity that it's designed for. Nothing about what we were doing was unsafe. It was two of us were the only ones out there, first of all. Just both of us, like, mutually having fun. So there was nothing that was like, oh my God, he's like, I can't see. He's like, it was very straightforward, just having fun on jet skis. There was nothing reckless about it. Now, the problem is that none of that was on camera, so I can't prove it. I guess you just have to take someone's word for it. But the thing is, I don't know how you prove that in court that we were doing that. So unless this officer has something on camera that proves that we were turning at the last second and almost colliding with each other, I don't know where the case is at. Now, he comes up and tickets the two of us for reckless operation, and he knows that I have only lived here 1 year. So I tell him this, and I'm not saying that as an excuse. A lot of people are saying you should know the law. Ignorance is no excuse for the law. But he tickets us knowing that I've only lived here 1 year, which I said in the video. You can see where I told him. I feel like is a little bit of a sign there of the chain of events that happened after that, because I just don't know how you could even know that if it's not posted at the lake, or, you know, whatever. So he tickets us and says that we have mandatory court. He's going to cut us a big break. We have mandatory court on, I think it was August 11th. Sorry, my phone fell over. So we went to court. I forget the date, but the first time we went to court without a lawyer, because we are under the impression that this is a speeding ticket originally. He says it's a ticket, you can pay it, mandatory court appearance, but a ticket. And that's what we're under the impression that it was. So we go there, unfortunately, without lawyers. Now, you can't film in court and you can't record this. You can't have a metal device on you. Like, you take everything out of your pockets and you go in. So we go in, and this, once again, I made a whole video on this, but it was left out of context, so I don't know what people saw and what they didn't. But the DA, which is the district attorney, is in charge of deciding which cases to fight and which ones to drop. Now, I believe they are allowed to make deals. I wouldn't always call them deals, but they're allowed to make deals to make the charges go away, which sounds fishy automatically, but we're going to leave that out. So they invite us into this room, which, fact of the matter, had the lights off. It was a dimly lit room, hence why I said they took us into a dark room and offered us a deal, which was teach the boater safety course, invite your subscribers to our boater safety course, promote the boater safety course on your channel, and everything goes away, word for word, was the deal. So, automatically, in my head, of course, I know that I haven't done what they are saying I have done. The reckless operation, I did not do. I'm okay with saying I did not have a boater's license, or that my jet ski wasn't registered, which wasn't my jet ski, but I'm okay with that because I didn't have a boater's license. I didn't know, but I did. I operated without a boater's license. So whatever that requires, sure. But I did not recklessly operate a jet ski. So automatically, I'm not open to taking this deal for multiple reasons. The first reason, I'm not the only one involved in this. So the other kid that's 18 that has a scholarship to college, who isn't going to get that scholarship if he's charged with a Class A misdemeanor for reckless operation, which is the same as a DUI or assault, isn't going to get that same deal because he doesn't have social media. So there's my first reason, because it's completely biased at that point. What if I wasn't charged in this? Is then he going to miss his scholarship to college? And if not, then why am I being charged with it? The second reason, obviously, because I didn't recklessly operate the jet ski, which wasn't on camera, of course. The third reason is that I make YouTube videos on what I want to make YouTube videos about. I'm fully open, and I told them this, to telling everyone to take the jet ski safety course, the boater safety course. I'm fully open to it. Safety is obviously a good thing. I'm not telling anyone to be unsafe, and I will always recommend safety. You don't have to tell me to promote that. Now, what we do is completely different, because on camera, I'm a crazy mofo, and I'm not following every standard that people have set for safety on my property and in my life, okay? I might do crazy stuff. For them to ask me to promote the boater safety course and have that be part of the deal, to make it look like I'm promoting that on my channel without saying that it was part of the bribe, the deal, is not good for my brand. I'm not gonna make a video telling you, go to the boater safety course. That's gonna hurt my brand. I do not promote my image. I do not convey that way. You guys know that if you watch my channel. So automatically it hurts my brand. It's basically saying that I admitted to recklessly operating it, and it's accepting the bias that I got the deal and he didn't. Or that he was offered the deal, or that he was pardoned for it because he had a scholarship and he was younger. So I declined it. That's not saying that I don't promote safety, or that I am thinking I'm above the law. That those are just the reasons for it. Okay, so as much as it looks like some young kid who's trying to get away with doing something wrong or mistreating others, I don't know how I was mistreating others. I don't know why I said that. That's just not the case. And those are the facts of it. So everything I just said. So our next court date is September 29th at the DeKalb County Courthouse. And I've had to hire lawyers for this. Unfortunately, one lawyer can't represent both of us. I don't know how, but it's a conflict of interest or something. So I've had to hire a lawyer for each of us. And I don't want to say this to make myself look good, but I got a lawyer for my friend to defend him as well. because he's 18, he can't afford a lawyer. So now I'm in 2 lawyers, and that's a lot of money. That's 5 something figures. So automatically, we're this deep in 2 trials in which, by the way, next it goes to a jury for the word that he described it, splashing. That's why I'm saying splashing. He said when he pulled us over, splashing is illegal. So I admit, you got to be safe, and it's not a joke to recklessly operate. But the fact is that I did not recklessly operate. So yeah, I guess September 29th, we'll be at court again for this, and either they drop it or they convict us, or we go to court again on a higher level. So yeah, there's the full video on it, kind of explaining it, not related to the making a wake and the no wake zone. It's not really related to the first half of that incident at all, I don't think. Now that officer, I will say, that pulled us over claims that the yellow shirt man on the pontoon didn't call him. Of course, there's no proof of that either, though, so it goes both ways. There wasn't proof of us recklessly operating. We weren't filming. There wasn't proof of his phone call between them either, I guess. So I can't say for a fact that the first guy, called the second guy. Now, he was with the sheriff's office, and the other guy is, linked to the sheriff's office, TWRA, whatever they do. But yeah, there's the story. So as for if that's worth everyone's time and resources and money, definitely not. I think they have better things to worry about. But hey, if they want to be completely unbiased and go after everyone that they believe has broken the law, then I guess they're allowed to do that. The point is, the fact is that if you didn't do that, then you got to stick up for yourself. And especially if there's a law that you believe is wrong. We're just going to adjust that real quick. Sorry, my freaking car shut off and the steering wheel tipped the phone over. Anyways, there it is. There's the full rundown on everything so that you guys know. Now, it's hard to do without cutting. I'm used to cutting all the quiet parts out. It takes me quite a while to think before I talk sometimes, because I don't want to speak prematurely on things. As much as it looks like I just spontaneously do everything. Street Speed 717 had an issue where he drove through a creek and he was fined $50,000 for it. And I guess in Pennsylvania or other states, they think that every little tiny body of water, or where water goes, is like a protected area. And that's all good, except for the fact that they pave highways through that stuff. So there's some hypocrisy going on. But I don't think it's right what happened to him either, especially considering that the $50,000 is supposedly to fix the creek, which there's no damage done to because there was a pickup truck that drove through it, not a D9 bulldozer flattening the entire 10-acre plot of land. That money did not go to that, but he paid it to get rid of the charges. Everything goes away if you pay this. Now, I shouldn't be on him for that because it's his deal. Maybe he doesn't have time to deal with it. But where I do think that's a problem is that the government thinks that they can overstep and get away with it. And that happens way too much, way more than it should. I'm not going to let that happen to me ever, personally, and I'm going to do everything I can to fight against that happening to other people. So just because the jet ski splashing incident happened to me doesn't mean I'm fighting against it just because I'm personally involved. That helps because it gives me a case and a personal experience to refer to you guys with. But if it happened to someone else, I would feel just as bad, which is why I'm especially going after this, because of the bias between me and another kid that is also involved. And if he was involved only, would he get the deal that I got? That's where my question is. But anyways, we're preparing a case, so I guess we'll see how far this goes. September 29th, I'll be at the courthouse again with multiple lawyers and maybe a jury after that if they keep wanting to press it. So, is there anything else I want to say? Wow, it is really hard to do a video without cutting. Some people were saying that because I said something like, it would make the government, if everyone fought it, it would make the government think twice about wasting everyone's time, resources, and money. And a lot of people are like, the government doesn't care about your taxpayers' dollars. They're going to spend it however they want. They don't care about how much money they waste. Yes, that's true. They don't care. The point is that if every single person fought back on things that were wrong, they would care. Because what happens when you get a speeding ticket, regardless, I don't know, obviously if you're going 100 over, probably deserve a speeding ticket. If you're driving recklessly, whatever constitutes the reckless driving, hitting people, not good. Don't do it. Don't fight it, because you should probably go to jail. But what I'm saying is that if everyone fought something that was wrong, that the government overstepped, it wouldn't happen again. Or nearly as much. It would always happen again, but not as much. So if everyone else put up as hard of a fight as this over something that was wrong, then it wouldn't happen as much. I don't know what else to say. Thank you all for watching. There's a full story on the splashing incident and why I could be going to jail for splashing, because the Class A misdemeanor results in 1 year in jail if you are found guilty. So.